fuck with my kids anymore. Not anymore. My son was at the party. My daughter was at the party. They didn't know Samantha. Or they knew Samantha, they didn't know Kylie. They don't know anything about Kylie. So stop. My kids are not involved in the Kylie rotting case whatsoever. My daughter's was not at the party. No, not at the party. My son, not at the party. Me, wasn't at the party.
There's only a few people I care about that I would possibly get my own self in hot water with, not necessarily a bad thing, just because
yeah, I'm just very protective of her, and when you're a single mom and been raising your kids, as tough as I've had it, my kids have shown me the good in the world, and I've never let them see the bad, and I never will. Mom takes that. No one else.
Were either one of your kids back in town? Did they attend any of the teen?
No, I kept my daughter out of town. I kept my daughter out of town. I told her she didn't want to. She did not want to come. She did not want to. I don't think she ever wanted to come back. But if she had wanted to come back, I would have said no because she doesn't need to be involved. And my son doesn't need to be anywhere involved in this. He has been here since day one. Don't you think that that would have come up if he was at the party? Yeah. Okay. My other question is, because other people from the party that aren't coming forward, why would they come forward after you've attacked every single person? Think about that for just a minute. Why would they? And then let's say there's Jim Bob that was at the party. Why does that matter? Why does it matter who was at the party and who wasn't? Like, if it's not, they've gone through everybody that was at the party. They know everybody that was at the party. They've understood everybody was at the party. If they haven't been interviewed, they haven't been talked to, they don't care. And I'm talking about law enforcement people, the people that have badges, the people that are lawyers, the people that have three-letter words behind, three letters, whatever, on their backside.
So these kids lie. They're 16, 17, 18 years old. Some of these kids won't tell their parents they're going to a party, and so that's why the information is coming so broken up, is because some people don't want to tell their parents they were there. I mean, and now this bad thing happened, and kids have already lied saying something else, and now they're having to unlie to say what happened. So it's kids. You have to remember, these are kids. These are kids that are just trying to figure out life, and they're young. Some of them graduated, some of them didn't.
But these are kids.
a lot of us
That
believe
these are
it's an
kids.
accident, but
That these are kids. At the end of the day, they are kids, and they are not adults, and they make stupid decisions. And no matter how many times you say, I raise my kid differently, or I do this, or I do that, my kid would never do this, my kid would never do that. Don't bullshit yourself. Just don't.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. A child died while a bunch of kids that, and if you think that they're not lying about it, you can be fooled so easily. Are you kidding me? I have a kid that can't. If anybody, I've been through it, honey. I've been through it. If your son is on a picture and you weren't there, and you didn't know your son was there, or your daughter was there, and you see your son in a picture, you're gonna be kind of pissed off as the parents. So because then your kid's lying to you, and that makes a whole nother situation, because if they don't want to be known. These kids didn't want to be known that they were at the party. So some of them are saying, keep me, anonymous. And so they're coming forward, but they don't want, let's say they're there with another person that they weren't supposed to be there with. They don't want to be told. They don't want anybody to know that. My son also asked for his picture not to be on the internet. He doesn't want to be involved. He wasn't part of the popular crowd. He doesn't want to be involved. He did not know about the party. He didn't want to go to the party, and he doesn't care about the party. My son was at home with me after work with the night of the party. My son was not at the party.
Yeah, I'm only asking.
I fight with my son to not smoke weed, or I fight with my son not to want to go out and have a drink, have a few beers with his friends.
but he's 18 and he wants to go to college, and you know, so it's like I fight with him, but and so he knows that.
I didn't even know where the party was. It was on the wrong side of the lake. My son didn't either because he was with me when we were looking for Kylie. He had to see a picture of her to even know what she looked like and what we were looking for.
My child was, hell, you guys thought my child did it one time and she's 18 hours away.
So and the last time that Sam saw her was at 12:30 when they texted each other, and they said they were coming home. That she was at the party still, and everybody was like kind of just whining, starting to leave. So and the last time that Sam saw her was at 12:30 when they texted each other, and they said they were coming home. That she was at the party still, and everybody was like kind of just whining, starting to leave. And they said they were coming home. That she was
Imagine if Sam left Daisy as she left Kylie. I did that, and my daughter said that would never happen because my daughter drove. She's sober. She doesn't drink because she usually picks me up or my family up or her friends. She's the DD. So that doesn't even correlate together.
I feel like in the beginning, your daughter had a lot to do with it. Like, it wasn't just like you were going to go out and stick up for all these kids. Like, it started with your daughter, protecting your daughter from all this crazy that was coming out of it. And I think that everybody needs to know that.
If there was something going on in town, my daughter would still come forward, like the rodeo. My daughter would come because my daughter is in rodeo and is doing all that, which is all out. Some of them, this was their last time where they're going to see friends, and so if my daughter had gone to the party, then this would have been this also would have been her time to say goodbye to her friends before she went off to college again, because she was at a college that was an hour and a half away. And because because you guys all say this could be my daughter, no, she was my daughter. Like, my daughter would have been at that party and could have been in that car.
Oh my God.
Like that when I say one split second decision can make it your life changing, I'm not kidding.
I mean, it's horrible. The whole thing is horrible. It could have been my daughter, and I don't know. And I don't know, and I don't know who to trust, and I don't know what to do.
You have to break it down to be reality here. Mm-hmm. These kids are not, I mean, when you look at kids and you think that they're smart, intellectual, and they're at their best and they get straight A's. Well, what if they're not at their best? What if they're having a bad day? Or what if they're not, what if there's stuff going on at home and they're not having their best day, or something's going on. They got my daughter used to fight because she didn't get the top of the class. There was always someone that could get better grades than her. She was like, I'm going to beat her.
What? I'm sorry. I own my own business. I've raised two kids. One's almost a straight A student, and the other one has issues because he actually was failure to thrive for 2.5 years, and he was at the Mind Institute. So I had to actually learn how to raise a child with medical problems from day one because he stopped going for 2.5 years of his life.
Because a lot of our kids hang out with older classmen and younger classmen. So yes, the lady that talked prior is right. They come here, and there was 100 kids that were approximately supposed to show up, and it got to be about 200 kids.
Most kids, the reason why there were so many kids there is what I heard is because we're upperclassmen, and a lot of the kids in our area all know each other from different schools, and everybody has older brothers and sisters, and since we're such a small community that they go up from being seniors to freshmen, and they know that 4 years of everybody. Right. So that's why it's not completely unheard of to have people now being in the vicinity of the party that could have been bigger.
So yes, I have, and then I raised two children pretty much on my own. they would have been, my kids were 22 months apart, but then I put in so that they were a year apart in school. But because I decided to keep him held back 1 year, that's why there's the 2-year difference. So when you ask the question of why does Daisy know Sam and why does my son know Sam? Because they all had friends the same age, dippy-doo. And my daughter was friends with younger kids because she had to, my daughter hung out with her brother to make sure her brother was okay.
So my kids know that if there's a problem, you come to me first and we'll figure it out. And if there's a situation that is that I can't handle or someone else, I will go to the person that can handle it.
I was so dangerously close to having my father find out, like literally that close. And I'm like, out of respect to my dad, when he says don't get involved, he's black and white. And I'm like, I'm not getting involved. I don't want my name. He doesn't want his name brought up because he will have to do the right thing. And he will have to spend money. And
if they knew these kids really did something wrong, why did they not call everybody's parents? They have my number. They have everybody's number. Why did they not?
You did hear it.
Uh-oh, Mexico.
Meghan, why would they call you? If your kids weren't at the party, why would they call you?
Meghan, what are you trying to tell us, babe?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. She's
admitted that her kids were there.
Why did
she just admitted that her kids were there, which only makes sense.
That's the Truckee way about it.
So Evan was there, and Philip was there, and Daisy, and Aiden, and Braden. Oh, this is good. Sorry. Go ahead.
But her putting herself out there on the front line for a solid year, of course her kids were there. I mean, I was kind of surmising that anyway.
I'm just letting Meghan speak
just
for
said
herself.
She just said it.
I'm letting her speak for herself.
Thank you, Meghan.
Thank you, Meghan. We love you. Thank you for telling us the truth.